And maybe this is the link for the next question about what do you mean by codiwampo, and how do you relate to this? How do you personally relate with this word?
So I don't know where I first saw this little thing. It might have been in Brain Pickings or some newsletter or somewhere I saw it, but it was like, or some word of the day, maybe on NPR, who knows what it was. But the description they gave of it was that coddywampling is to move purposefully in a as yet to be, what is it? To move purposely in a towards an as yet unknown destination, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like there's something poetic about the phrase. So like to move purposely towards an as yet unknown destination. And to me, there's this nice way of relating to the idea of kind of retrospective coherence, which is this idea that it's only by looking back that things seem to make sense to us, no matter, whether we're, changing the past in order for it to fit our current story or narrative. But at least looking backwards, things like can take shape, or we can maybe understand or make sense of them. There's just something playful about the idea of a cottywomple where, we're going to move forward purposefully, but we have no idea what that's going to lead to or where that's going to take us. Plus, I like that cottywomple can be like a verb, a noun, an adverb. It takes on many forms and then has different sort of meanings. So you can go on a cottywomple as a noun, but you can also cottywomple together as a verb. So I like the flexibility of the word. And I think for me, I just relate to it in terms of what liberating structure is making possible. In every structure, we're moving purposefully in a direction, or we're moving purposefully forward, but we have no idea what the destination will be or where we'll arrive or what that'll make available. Mm-hmm. And so I think of it also in the context of sort of like, what's it called? Adjacent possibilities, where every choice opens up this sort of set of proliferating options. And coddywampling is about, being purposeful in choosing those options, but not having any delusion that we control anything or can predict anything.
Or manipulate the way or the path.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's just become a favored word. Go ahead. Sorry, Caroline.
Yeah, we like, and we have been using that word as well. And I think
what does it mean to you? Why do you like it? Why do you like it as a word?
I will share the slide that we prepared. Just a minute.
Yeah, and because of that, it's like the illusion of the control. Mm-hmm. We don't have control, actually. I don't know, if you want to give to the group the power to decide, you don't have control. But if you have control, you are kind of manipulating the path or the results, or so this dilemma, I think it's a big dilemma for facilitators in general. Where should we go, or or give to the group what is the group, what belongs to them.
And with a good intention, right? People want to guide groups or lead groups to a good conclusion or something, but sometimes it's impossible. So this codiwompo approach sounds better. There is a famous singer and composer in Brazil, is Raul Seixas. He has a phrase that in Portuguese is this one, and it means, I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm on my way.
Yeah.
It's more or less the same meaning.
Same, I like that one too. Yeah, I've heard that phrase too. Yeah, I do like that one. This issue of the idea of control, or the reference to control, I think it's helpful to also think about, just before we got on the call, we were talking a little bit about the microstructures. And to me, one of the things that I find really interesting about liberating structures is like, what's the minimum amount of control necessary to work with the greatest amount of variation and difference in a group? And I sometimes think of it, I know it's not exactly the same thing, but to me, there's a close relationship between control and stability. And so I also think of it as like, what's the minimum amount of stability necessary to work with the greatest amount of imagination or intelligence in a group? So there's this relationship between sort of inventiveness and stability, or variation and stability. And I think of liberating structures as attempting to work with the minimum amount of control or stability necessary in order to work with the greatest amount of difference and variation in a group.